Okay, so the website is still hadeda.co.za. I have registered before, but we've hopefully cleared this registration away. So I'm going to register from scratch now for those who haven't been through this process before. So you'll see we've now split the two types of registration. You can register as a vendor or as a customer. For the purposes of this group, we're going to register as vendors. Sorry.
Do you want my email address?
Yes, please. It didn't save it.
Nina.Lowe's.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
That's it.
Mobile number is optional. All of these questions we've kept optional except for the company maturity and the BEE compliance, and you'll see why later. Registered for VAT is still optional and not necessary at this stage. When you're consenting to send for Hadeda to send you updates, we'd really like you to give us your consent, please. That'll enable us to abide by POPIA and still be able to send you information about new products or new developments on the site. Then we'll accept the terms and conditions, can download them from there, and we'll close and we'll submit. Right, now Nina's going to get an email and she's going to have to approve it for us. When she's done that, then we'll log in. And hopefully what you'll see on the other side is a much easier, more intuitive process to complete. Nina, let me know when you've approved the email.
I've confirmed the email, Rods.
Yeah, so we're going straight into company information, and that's where we'll include all of our basic company details. Please stop me if you're seeing any areas of interest that you want to ask questions about. So the idea with this is that you keep your company details separate from your actual product details. So this will most often be about a general overview of the business versus the actual product. You can put any of your LinkedIn profiles in there. That will in time be used for when you're sitting in the marketplace and potential users would like to engage with you in any of these areas. Any business registered address you put here could potentially in time appear on any invoices that go out of Hadeda. Okay, and then what we've done here is invite you to add employees. So if there's anyone else in your company who potentially can send a complete sections of the RFI better than you feel you can, add them here, and then they'll also have access to the RFI. Now you'll hopefully notice that this governance section is completely different. I'm just going to click on all of them to get us through here. All this information also speaks to our survey information, so that when users are looking for more governance type information about any of your companies or products, they can access it via Hadeda as well. So we'll save that.
Okay, can you scroll up to question 3, Robs, under
going
governance? So you
I'm
need
going
to
to say
put,
no.
Yeah, you can say no.
Then it won't give me a description.
Yeah.
Right, so now we've saved everything in our company information section. There is a vendor dashboard that we're working on. Clearly, this will be, you know, things that are happening as things happen over time. Any analytics that you'll have access to around how users are experiencing you on the site or rating you on the site will all appear here. How many people have actually shown any interest in your product will all appear in this section over here. How many quotes have been requested. The idea is to give you an overview of your product and how users are engaging with it in this section. Now, if we're going to go and now load a product, we've got to start with adding our products and services over here. So I'm going to call this the link CRM. And for now, we'll just do our own billing. So in time, we will offer vendors a service to manage the collection of fees if they'd like us to, or billing if they'd like us to, and that's what this all relates to. Naturally integratable with will go into the RFI as well, so that when clients are looking for systems that integrate with other systems, they will get an idea of who those systems are when you click on any of those. Short description of the product, full description of the product if you want it, that will all go into the marketplace for clients to be able to read more about your product. Information required to generate a quote. So in time, and you don't have to complete this now, there is going to be information that you might need to complete a quote for a client. This is where you'll put the questions that they need to answer. Let's upload a logo. We've worked really hard to get this logo to work more efficiently. Should hopefully appear soon. Select all. Oh dear. Let's try a different one. There we go. Maybe the logo. Okay, so that's potentially the logo was just not the right size. So we are recommending different types of, or different sizes and the types of file types that you can use for a logo. You'll need a logo in place to be able to submit your product. Now, once your product is uploaded, you can then go and complete the RFI specific to that product. And that's when you'll go. Just select all the answers to your questions. If you've completed an RFI, please go and check that your questions are still answered correctly. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. We can save and continue. So you can do that. You can save and continue in the site. And then you can go back and do it again at a later stage. Or you can invite somebody who's going to answer a different area of the RFI to complete it successfully. We also would like to invite anybody who has any suggestions for questions that you feel can present your product in a better light to send them to us, and we will happily include them in our RFIs going forward. So I'm going to save and continue, and I'm going to go back to Hadeda, back to the dashboard, and so you can, that's where we are with that. What we're going to also show you is what the output report will be. So once you've completed your RFI, that will then enable users to go into the site and complete a tech finder, the tech finder questionnaire. And once they've completed the questionnaire, our design for the report is going to look like something like this. This is obviously a mock-up completely. It's not a real report at all. So we'll be including their details, giving them a summary of what the report is doing. Recommendations will look like that. It's going to have a little pie chart, which will give you an idea of where you scored in relation to what the questions the client had asked. And there's your top 3 recommendations for that tech finder. And then of the top 3, we'll give some more details into that. So naturally, we can't do very much more until we have more vendors in the RFI. So we're going to be pushing quite strongly the next couple of months to make sure that as many vendors as we can get to complete the RFI will do so. We will then most likely manage our own system selections a couple of times before ourselves. So we have often, as you know, a lot of advisors coming to us and asking us to complete a system selection process. What we'll do to begin with is we will, sure, Roseanne, no problem. After this session, I'll send out the thank you email and I'll include the mock-up of the report in it. Just remember, it's just a mock-up, so none of those stats are real. We completely made them up for all of that. And that's it. So I'm going to open up the floor for anyone who may have any questions or concerns. There will be a recording going out after this session, so you can re-look at the process if you'd like to. And of course, if you've got any other questions, you can submit them to admin@Hadeda. So there we go. I'm going to be quiet now.
I just wanted to add one point. Sorry, Nelly, I jumped in. One point. We really are trying to build up the RFI questions as broadly as possible. And there are quite a few areas that we need your help to get the detail in. And you will, if you go to the RFI page, you will see right at the top on the right-hand corner, there is a little button that says suggest RFI question. Please just go there. You don't have to email us or anything like that, or you can email us if you prefer that. But just click on that button and you can suggest as many RFI questions as you like, and we will give you feedback. We will be doing a lot of work on the RFI questions in January. We're doing a full review of that, and building in any extra questions we receive will be done then. So get your suggestions into us so we can include them in the next version. Robs, there was one other
Thanks,
area.
Nina. I've gone and shown everybody what the RFI question is.
That's perfect. The other area I just wanted you to quickly touch on is when we say the audience and the business size, is just to clarify a bit around that, that the audience is for your specific product. If it is a CRM, which audience type are you aiming for? And if it's all, then obviously click all. And the other one is the business size. It may be that you feel your product is only suitable for an enterprise version or for a 1 to 5 man business. So go and indicate the business size. It helps in the end for the filtering of the results as well. But if you want to be included in all results, regardless of business size, by all means, go and click all. Thank you, Nelly. I'll keep quiet now.
So where did we do that? Where did we do that?
Products.
Where was our business size?
Under products and services. So if you go to products and services, you either update the existing one or you're adding a new one. Then you'd have a question right at the bottom where it says ideal users for this product.
There we go.
Okay, and yeah, that one. Another point that that you missed, Robs, and in dashboard is that they can actually purchase the market research report by clicking on that banner. So if you go to dashboard, yeah, that one. so they can get their market research report there.
Thanks, Nelly. So that's our 2022-23 Advanced Technology Survey highlights. So you can, as Nelly said, go and purchase the PowerPoint presentation that will deliver those survey highlights to you. And in future, naturally, any of our research and all of our white papers are going to be sitting in this section. Thanks, Nelly, for reminding me.
And talking about our survey, we will be releasing the new survey in the first quarter, 2024. And we're really going to beg all of you to help us distribute to your users so we can get as big an audience response as possible. And there will be. Last year we had a 5,000 Rand prize. We did a lucky draw and somebody won the 5,000. And this year we push it up to 10,000. We want as many responses as possible. So we encourage your users to encourage you to help us get your users responding.
Right. Does anybody have any questions? Now everybody's looking happy. Got some lovely, thank you so much for the lovely messages, guys. We really appreciate it. So, this is really, we've been speaking to so many of you about this for so long. It's a real labor of love for LinkTech, I must say. And we really appreciate your support. So thank you again for your time and for taking the time out to engage with Hadeda and the concept. And we look forward to just taking it further and onwards and upwards. So for all of you that I haven't seen yet, you have a wonderful holiday. And we look forward to seeing you again next year. Just let us know if there's anything else you need and any questions. That's it.
I have shared Nelly's email on the chat. It's admin@hadeda.co.za. I see Neil asked for it, but it's shared there if anybody needs it. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to contact Robs or I as well. We're all available. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thanks,
joining.
Janine.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Barry.
Yes, everyone.
Thanks all of you for
Bye-bye.
coming. Appreciate it. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.